Hey everybody, my name is Josh, joshallmusic.com. This is Shavasana Kitty YouTube channel, and today's lesson is a way to practice your modes based off the major scale using the major cycle of 4. And so here's the chord progression, and there's a lot of different ways you could do this, but this is it in the key of C. So we're going to start with an F chord, the 4 chord. And then we're going to go to the B minor 7 flat 5 or half diminished because that's the fourth away from F. And then we're going to go to E minor. And then we're going to go to A minor. And then we're going to go to D minor. And then we're going to go to G. And then we're going to go to C. Now, for those of you who don't play bar chords, you may want to play this in like first position. So you might play F like this. B half diminished like that, E minor, A minor, D minor, G, and then C. And for those of you who would like to practice other kinds of voicings like little stabby chords or something like that, you might do something like this. Here's F. I am at the 10th fret, barring the strings D, G, and B strings. So it's F chord, and then I'm going to play a B diminished, and then I'm going to play E minor, and then I'm going to play A minor, and then I'm going to play D minor, and then I'm going to play G, and then I'm going to play C. And if I wanted to, I could go G to C, and then it's a quicker start over. So that is another way to cycle, okay? So that's practicing like the chords. And then there are the different modes. And so each chord in the scale, in the key, potentially could be thought of as having its own mode built from it. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play all of the notes in C major, but I'm going to start the scale from the root notes of each chord. So the first chord is F, and I'm going to play F to F in C major, thus giving me a F Lydian scale. And then my next chord is B half diminished. So there's my B. I'm going to play B to B with all natural notes, all key of C notes. This gives me B Locrian. And my next chord is E minor, so I'm going to start on E. I'm going to play all natural notes. This gives me E Phrygian. And then I go to the chord A minor, start on A, and this gives me a natural minor or A Aeolian. And then my next chord is D minor, and that's going to give me D Dorian. And then I go to G, and this gives me G Mixolydian. And then I'm going to play C to C. This gives me C major. I'm going to go up to the octave and then back down because I'm on C for 2 bars in my little exercise track. So this gives us, basically a way to cycle through the scales in time as though we are starting on the root notes of each chord and just playing the scale from each chord's root point, thus giving us our 7 different modes, a way to practice that. And so here we go. I'm just going to start my little iReal Pro app. I've got it set up to play a major cycle 4 for me. Each chord is a bar except for the last one, key of, when we land on C, that's going to be 2 bars long. And I'm playing it at 85 beats per minute, and it's a little gentle swing. So here we go, starting. This is a way to practice. And And so that gave you a one-time through. Another thing you could do is play the scales up an octave. So instead of starting on F here, or sorry, F here, you could start, you know, F here, and you could play it B. And so hopefully you're seeing the potential here for, you know, learning where everything is so that you can play this and then have your own little ways of putting things together. And then once you can do that and you feel pretty confident where you're going, not only do you start to hear the chord progression moving, okay, you also won't stumble over where your hand goes as you improvise over things like this. And these kinds of progressions happen all the time in jazz. Cycle 4 moments happen like just throughout tunes, and so you can have some fun jamming over it. And so step 1, be able to play the chords wherever you can play them. Step 2, play the scales in terms of following the root notes. Start with 1 octave. Okay, if you want to get really excited and see if you can fit in, you know, 2 octaves and just zip up, you know, go for it. No one's going to stop you. I'm certainly not going to stop you. Okay, but that doesn't need to be like the thing you do first. All right, and then jam over it and see where it takes you. You could also go backwards. So like you could start at F, then work your way down. And then work your way down from B. Sorry. Here I am changing my fingerings, and so, you know, and that's the different ways you could practice it, and it's really kind of cool to do that. So, if you found this helpful or found this useful, like, comment, subscribe. Might be interested in my newsletters on joshhallmusic.com. I put them out mostly weekly. Sometimes I get a little lax, especially in the summer when I'm not around a computer as much. Anyway, have a good one, and we will see you next time.